The Midland County Board of Commissioners meeting to order at 9 a.m. Tuesday, November 5th, 2019. And will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Snyder.
Here.
Glazer.
Here.
Twilliger.
Here.
Geisler.
Here.
Dorian. He's here. Nosen.
Here.
Chairman Bone.
Here.
7 present, 0 absent.
Next, Commissioner Twilliger, will you lead us in the invocation and the pledge, please?
Heavenly Father, we seek blessings on the tasks before us. Bless our efforts with clear insight, our deliberations with wisdom, our work with clarity and accuracy, and our decisions with impartiality. Amen.
Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next is the approval of the minutes for October 15th, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend we approve the minutes.
Support. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Okay, we'll approve the minutes for October 15th, 2019, and move on to acceptance of the bills.
Properly addressed general bank claims for the week of 9/23 through 9/27, $2,238,811.51, with total general fund expenditures of $50,129.34. General bank claims for the week of 9/30 through 10/4, $538,905.76, with total general fund expenditures of $95,308.60. General bank claims for the week of 10/7 through 10/11, $1,248,578.50, with total general fund expenditures of $262,747.50.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend that we pay the bills.
Support.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Okay, we will pay the bills, and now we're going to move on to our special program of the day, which is an update from Region 7 Area Agency on Aging Executive Director Bob Brown. That was a mouthful for me.
And don't try to say it fast 3 times.
I'm not, believe me.
Get past 3 times.
Anyways, I believe you have information on the presentation to you, but since I've taken, since I've been at the helm or been allowed to work with the 10 counties in running an area agency on aging, so on behalf of the 10 counties, I've tried to get out to every legislative body in the counties and the councils on aging and that to give our report. So if you, the ones that were here, last year, it might be a little boring, but the good news should make it exciting for you. And to the new ones, you might learn a couple of things. And if not, give me a call and I'll try and explain more about an area agency on aging. As well as an area agency on aging, Region 7 is also a My Choice waiver program, delivering home and community-based services to about 900 residents of the 10 counties. If you go down, you'll see that we are serving 88 in Midland County. And home and community-based services is basically very little skilled service, but it's very heavy in unskilled services of homemaking, respite care, helping the caregiver have a break. Might be just to go in the other room and read a book. So we try and help them give that break from their care of a loved one and personal care. That's the hygiene, the bathing, and things like that. And studies have shown through the years that this allows people to stay at their home, in their home, and we service in that program older Americans, disabled, and veterans. So it's an awesome program. And we serve them in their home, and we try to give them services so they don't have to be institutionalized. We allow them to live wherever they want. In fact, we're working with Pinecrest right now with, I believe it's 4 or 5 clients. And they've chosen Pinecrest as a home. By the way, we appreciate the support of the county in such a facility as that, because many of your clients really, really need those services. I know it's tough at budget time to think about where you want to spend money, but I think that's a great facility, and we're working with them, and we're trying to save you some senior millages to direct elsewhere. Other agency we work with in Midland, of course, is Midland Senior Services. And I'm going to get to what I like to do is give a fiduciary report to all my county commissioners and county commissions, because you appoint my governing board. Your appointment to my governing board is Yvonne Corbett, and she is actually the chair, and she does a wonderful job there and that. But, you know, I'm called on to give a financial report because we also look at you as an extension of our governing. So you should get a report on our finances. So one of the documents, the one I really like, is the report on services. I apologize for the acronyms, but it's pretty hard to get everything on one page. But if there's a question, I mean, it basically talks about congregate meals, home delivered meals, subsidies and transportation, and some direct services, because sometimes we have found through the 10 counties, transportation sometimes, you know, like last minute calls. So we've got 2 vans, we will roll and work with people to get them places, but more importantly, we take them across county lines, regional lines, state lines. If your resident lives in Midland, we're going to help them with a transportation need for non-emergency medical needs. So if they got to go down to Toledo or Detroit for care as a veteran, we're going to get them there. So those are some of the services. What I really like about this report, because again, where you invest money, so let's talk about you directly invest $4,490, and you might ask, okay, where's that money go? Well, I would like to point out right above it, it returns $2.3 million in senior services, disabled services, and veteran services to Midland County. And a lot of that money through Midland Senior Services and or other agencies in your county, it's a direct return. So like, we don't do direct services. We're the auditors. Instead of having state government who can take 15% of the money, if they run the auditing and the disbursement and the monitoring of the programs and that, we only used 5.1% last year. We're very efficient at getting the money out to your folks and to your organizations. So we're efficient, we have clean audits, we do exactly what the state says. The Office of Inspector General gets a report from us every month, it's detailed. And we deliver great services to your clients. The direct services is the care management we do, but we work with your local agencies for the direct services. A lot of people also ask me, why can't we be the area agency on each? Well, one, they wanted it regional for efficiency purposes. But second, they also, because of conflicts, limit what direct services we can provide directly from the agency. So like, we can't do meals, but we can work with Midland County to subsidize your meals. And you'll see those subsidies. I believe we subsidize approximately a third of your meals. But you, through your senior millage, and by the way, another wise investment of your citizens, provide the rest. Anyways, that's my fiscal, my program. Be happy to answer questions.
Commissioner Nelson.
How are the dues established? What's the basis for the dues?
Well, you know, that's a really great question. So when you formed the agency more than 30 years ago, you decided to use the exact formula that the state used to disperse it to the 10 counties. Then it's dispersed to the 10 counties the same way. And the dues are based on the demographics of the same formula. So aging, income, diversity, geography. So we just did the same formula. It was established way before my time.
Okay.
And
then-
every area agency on aging is a little different in how they do it. So that's
Okay.
just how this 10 counties got together and decided.
But all 10 counties agreed to that
Yeah,
mechanism,
yes.
whatever that
And
is.
they continue to agree with it. The states had the same formula. 30, 40 years ago, if I told you the war story, I'll just give you the brief version. There was a lot of arguments, and they just settled on the state formula.
Okay.
And it's worked for them ever since. And it's working now.
Thank you. Commissioner Snyder.
I forget. It's hard to remember what 10 counties are included. Do you have a map or a list, or
If
is it
you
on
go
your
from
website?
127 across, but now you're going to test me, so Claire, Isabella, Gratiot, Gladwin, which is where I live, Midland, Huron, Bay, Saginaw, Huron, Tuscola, Sanilac.
But it's,
Yep. So did I get them?
yeah. But it's not like the prosperity zone of the governor, it's,
It was formed long before that.
Yeah.
And it's under the Older Americans Act, how you form them, and the formulas for forming them,
Okay.
and the Older Michiganians Act. So, when you founded it, you had to have, so one county, just from demographics, couldn't be one on their own. In fact, Midland, Bay, and Saginaw couldn't be a standalone area agency on aging. You have to have more population.
okay.
And that's the other factor, the overall population. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you very much, Bob.
No,
Appreciate
thank
your
you for your
Thanks for
presentation.
the work you do. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
We invite anybody to come to Bay City, see our operation, and thank you for your time.
Where are you located?
Bay City on Euclid,
On Euclid?
yeah.
Thanks again.
Approximately in the center. Oh, but we are now co-located in Bad Axe, Sandusky, Tuscola and Cass City, Harrison and Clare, and we're working on one site in Gladwin, but on the south side of the Gladwin County, so it's close to Midland. The actual city of Midland, it's 15, 20 minutes from my headquarters.
Great.
But we're trying to hire local folks to service the clients.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay, at this point, I'd ask for public comment on any item that is not on our regular agenda. Is there any public comment today? Seeing none, we'll move on to committee report number 1, please, Ann.
Dated November 1st, properly addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Administration and Operations Committee, have reviewed the Memorandum of Understanding with Recovery Pathways LLC for assessment and treatment recommendations for inmates suffering from substance abuse. We recommend approval of this agreement effective upon signature by the Chair of the Midland County Board of Commissioners. Respectfully submitted, James Geisler, Chairperson, Scott Noson, Eric Dorian, Administration Operations Committee.
Commissioner Geisler.
Mr. Chairman, the A&O Committee recommends the adoption of Agenda Item 971019.
Do we have any public comment on this item? Do we have any commissioner discussion? And call roll, please.
Commissioner Glazer?
Yes.
Twilliger?
Yes.
Geisler?
Yes.
Dorian?
Yes.
Noson?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Chairman Bone?
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no. Motion carries.
Committee report number 2, please.
Dated November 1st, properly addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Administration Operations Committee, recommend approval of the 2020 contract for legal representation for indigents in Midland County. The term of this agreement is from September 4th, 2019 through September 30th, 2020. Respectfully submitted, James Geisler, Chairperson, Scott Noson, Eric Dorian, Administration Operations Committee.
Commissioner Geisler.
Mr. Chairman, the A&O Committee recommends adoption of Agenda Item 1011019.
Do we have any public comment on this item? Do we have any commissioner discussion? And call roll, please.
Commissioner Twilliger.
Yes.
Geisler.
Yes.
Dorian.
Yes.
Noson.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Glazer.
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no. Motion carries.
Committee report number 3, please.
Dated November 1st, properly addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Administration and Operations Committee, have reviewed the proposal and recommend granting a permanent easement on a portion of county-owned property at 7401 Eastman Avenue to Consumers Energy for electrical facilities. Respectfully submitted, James Geisler, Chairperson, Scott Noson, Eric Dorian, Administration and Operations Committee.
Commissioner Geisler.
Mr. Chairman, the A&O Committee recommends the adoption of Agenda Item 102, 10, 19.
Do we have any public comment on this item? Is there any commissioner discussion? Commissioner Twilliger?
Yeah, I just wanted a little bit of additional information on that. I'm not sure which of you'd like to respond to that.
It was,
Just a little bit of background on it.
it's the movement of electrical wires across Eastman Road out near the county fair.
Right by, it's for the purposes of Taco Bell.
So it's right by the entrance where you're making the, if you're going north on Eastman, you're going to make a left turn right there. And trying to think of right there, it's kind of by Starbucks.
It's across Eastman. It goes
Yeah.
from the county fairgrounds over to the new.
There's a map.
Okay, pretty simplistic. Okay, I hadn't seen the map. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Any other discussion? And call roll, please.
Commissioner Geisler,
Yes.
Dorian,
Yes.
Noson,
Yes.
Snyder,
Yes.
Glazer,
Yes.
Terwilliger,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no, motion carries.
Committee report number 5, please.
Aren't we on number
Oh,
4
excuse,
first?
yeah, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself, yes.
I'm like, wait,
Report number 4, please.
November
Kind of
1st.
a big one.
Properly addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Finance Committee, recommend and have reviewed the 2020 Administrator Controller recommended budget, and we recommend the proposed budget be adopted with the following changes. Approval of the attachments, including a list of changes to department budgets and general appropriation resolution, will be adopted and incorporated into the final document. Respectfully submitted, Scott Noson, Chairperson, James Geisler, Jeanette Snyder, Finance Committee.
Commissioner Noson.
Mr. Chairman, the Finance Committee recommends adoption of Agenda Item 40-4-19.
Do we have any public comment on this item? Do we have any commissioner discussion? Commissioner
I
Dorian?
just want to recognize Bridget and Tori and all the department heads for putting, a very complex document together and making it very sensible for us to understand. And again, to say congratulations to Tori, who is going to be moving on next month. Thank you.
Creating a similar document.
Much larger, probably.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Snyder?
I just want to say, it looks like we go over it very fast in the meeting, but we've had it for months, and we went over it, and we went over it in committee, and I just want it to be known that we spent a lot of time
Sure.
reviewing what they put together, which is fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Noson?
Yeah, I want to echo Eric's comments, but I also want to thank all the commissioners who took the time, a lot of, as Jeanette said, what you see is not what's in the meeting itself. A lot of us have asked questions of Bridget and Tori, and not because we necessarily question, but just for clarification mostly. There's always a few odds and ends here and there that I'm not aware of, that I always learn about, and that document. Just to let you know, I went to a budget planning teaching session yesterday down in Lansing. You have no idea how good we have it with administration, staff, and all that put this together in an open and transparent way. I would tell you that I heard a lot of horror stories yesterday about closed-door budgets and no input, and commissioners having to file their own FOIAs. What? Yes. Some real crazy crap. So again, thank you to all involved in this. It's a great work product.
Thank you. Any other? Commissioner Twilliger?
I was wondering if somebody was going to go to that, so I'd like to hear more about that because it looked really interesting. I wanted to mention, thank you, Bridget, for answering my questions. And I really, really hope the very best. Tori, we're going to miss you so much, and we hope the best for you, and we hope that we'll find someone as good as you. And yeah, we did peel that book back, and so here we go. We're going to I hope approve it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? And call roll, please.
Commissioner Dorian?
Yes.
Noson?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Glazer?
Yes.
Terwilliger?
Yes.
Geisler?
Yes.
Chairman Bone?
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no, motion carries.
Now we can do committee report number 5.
Right. Dated November 1st, properly addressed, ladies and gentlemen. We, your Human Services Committee, have reviewed the request to make changes to 2 nursing supervisor positions. We recommend changing a 1.0 FTE position to a 0.9 FTE, as well as 1 0.5 FTE position to a 0.6 FTE, effective November 5th, 2019. Respectfully submitted, Eric Dorian, Chairperson, Gay Twilliger, Steve Glazer, Human Services Committee.
Commissioner Dorian.
Mr. Chairman, the Human Services Committee recommends adoption of Agenda Item 98-10-19.
Do we have any public comment on this item? Do we have any commissioner discussion? And call roll, please.
Commissioner Noson?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Glazer?
Yes.
Twilliger?
Yes.
Geisler?
Yes.
Dorian?
Yes.
Chairman Bone?
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no, motion carries.
Committee report number 6, please.
Dated November 1st, properly addressed, ladies and gentlemen. We, your Human Services Committee, recommend setting the salary for the incoming community health nurse at a grade 9, step 3. Respectfully submitted, Eric Dorian, Chairperson, Gay Twilliger, Steve Glazer, Human Services Committee.
Commissioner Dorian.
Mr. Chairman, the Human Services Committee recommends adoption of Agenda Item 99-10-19.
Do we have any public comment on this item? Any commissioner discussion? And call roll, please.
Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.
Glazer?
Yes.
Twilliger?
Yes.
Geisler?
Yes.
Dorian?
Yes.
Noson?
Yes.
Chairman Bone?
Thanks, Frank.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no, motion carries.
Thank you. We do not have any RPCs today. We do not have any old business today, but I do have a couple items of new business. If I could get a motion
Move to entertain items of new business.
with support.
Support.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Okay, let's take up 2 items of new business. Will you read new business number 1, please?
Dated November 1st, properly addressed, ladies and gentlemen, in accordance with Act 281 of 1986, Section 125.2155, I recommend the reappointment of Bridget Granston to the Local Development Finance Authority to serve as the member appointed by the County Board of Commissioners to this authority. This authority will review and make recommendation for tax increment financial plans to the Midland City Council, which will have ultimate authority for the Local Development Finance Authority. Respectfully submitted, James Geisler, District Number 5, Midland County Board of Commissioners.
Commissioner Geisler.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the adoption of Agenda Item 103-11-19.
Do we have any public comment? Any commissioner discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Okay, new business number 1 passes. We will move on to new business number 2.
Dated November 1st, properly addressed, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend approval of the attached letter expressing our public support of the Four Lakes Task Force, FLTF, the county's Part 307 delegated authority with regard to its request to draw down Wixom Lake 8 feet for winter 2019-2020, beginning this November. I further recommend the board chair be the signatory on behalf of the County of Midland. Respectfully submitted, James Geisler, District Number 5, Midland County Board of Commissioners.
Commissioner Geisler.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the adoption of Agenda Item 104-11-19.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment on this item? Any commissioner discussion? Yes, Commissioner Twilliger.
Just one quick comment that as I share progress and as we move forward with processes with the Four Lakes Task Force, that within my area, District 4, there seems to be good support of the Four Lakes Task Force and also updates at senior services and so on. So I think what we're doing is being well received from my perspective. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Noson.
Commissioner Noson.
Yeah, just, I want to reiterate that. I can't imagine what this thing would have looked like 10 years ago when you said, we're going to just draw down 8 feet. The communication of that task force has been fantastic. And that needs to be a model for future development, because they really do go above and beyond the call of duty. It makes it a lot easier to get community support.
Agreed.
I'd like to give them the road diet.
Any other commissioner discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same? Okay, new business number 2 passes also. We will now move on to commissioner comments and start with Commissioner Glazer.
Yes, thank you for the budget preparation. Also, going along with the comments about the Four Lakes Task Force, I think they've done a great job. I'm sure it's difficult dealing with all of the issues, but communicating the drawdown has been handled well, and I think people understand why. So, and that it's going to be back up. So I appreciate their work.
Thank you. Commissioner Twilliger.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Jessica and the United Way Committee and all the hard work that you folks put into that. Really, really appreciate that. And looks like this is the last week, isn't it?
Yeah, we're done. And
We as the county are done.
yeah, as a organization, we're done, and the countywide campaign, unless they extend it, will be finished this week.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and we had set a goal of $25,000, and we are over that by about 900, close to 900. So we did great. So congratulations to all the county employees.
Commissioner Geisler.
I guess my question is, Bridget, is how did we do with the city? Normally, we have a,
We don't have,
We beat them.
we did what, creamed them?
We beat them,
Oh, we beat
Not
them.
that we can-
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I
not
wanted.
by a lot, but we did
Doesn't
beat them.
matter. W is a W.
It doesn't matter.
Commissioner Dorian.
I would just like to recognize publicly the 69th anniversary of my parents' wedding, which was yesterday.
Oh, my.
Wow, very cool.
Commissioner Nofson.
Surprisingly, I have nothing to say.
That is a surprise.
You should say thank you to the Midland Exchange Club for your
Yes.
wonderful winnings that you
What
had.
she said.
Commissioner Snyder.
Surprisingly, I have something to say. No, I'm just kidding. So thank you again for the budget, and Tori, you will be missed. So, and then the Four Lakes Task Force, I appreciate their communication. And Doug Enos is the Wixom Weed Chair, and he's also the SLIB Chair. So just as a representation in that area, I forwarded to him what's going on, because when you draw it down, there are some weeds that thrive, and then there are some weeds that don't. And so we actually had better weed control. So I forwarded that to Doug. And then I'm thankful for our presentation today, and the Area Agency on Aging was very informative. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'd just like to echo most of the other comments. Congratulations, Tori. Good luck in your future endeavors, and we will miss you. And thank you both for your wonderful work on the budget. So let's move on to commissioner meeting schedules and start with Commissioner Glazer.
Yes, I have Parks and Recreation. There's one scheduled tomorrow night. I will not be able to attend, so Commissioner Nosen, I don't know if you're available, would like to attend, but in my place,
On this Wednesday,
I think tomorrow, yes.
I'll be there.
Yep.
I could attend.
Yeah, okay, great.
Is it here, Jeanette?
Yes.
And then I see Lee Township on next Monday, the 11th, Greendale and Jasper on the 12th, District 3 Quad on the 14th, Thursday, and that will be it.
Thank you. Commissioner Twilliger.
Yes, November 7th, I have the Senior Services Annual Meeting early that morning, followed by Drug Court right after that. On November 11th, I have both Ingersoll and Mount Haley Township meetings. On November 12th, Executive Committee and Corrections meeting at noon. Hopefully, I'll have good things to hear from Marissa. I hope she was speaking down on behalf of Corrections in Lansing. November 13th, Midland Township, and November 14th, Pinecrest meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Geisler.
On November 12th at 9 a.m., the executive committee will meet in this room. And the A&O committee will meet on the afternoon at 2:30 in the conference room.
Thank you. Commissioner Dorian?
Human Services is scheduled, excuse me, scheduled to meet Friday, November 8th, in lieu of the Veterans Day Monday,
That's why.
in the first floor conference room at 2 o'clock.
Thank
That's all
you.
I have at this point.
Commissioner Nelson?
Yeah, MAC environmental meeting in Lansing on Friday at 10 a.m. Parks and Rec evidently now on the 6th, tomorrow at 7. Finance Committee will meet at 1:30 on the 12th, the conference room. And then on the 14th, we have the various meetings for the retiree health care and general retirement. Those are the two that I'm responsible for, I think at 9 and general retirement is generally at 2 p.m., but I think we've shifted to 1 because they do a better job of getting it done early. And that's all I have.
Thank you. I have, actually, besides the retirement board, I have nothing else to announce. That's it. I have a fairly lean schedule. So at this point, I take a motion to, Commissioner Snyder.
Can I do mine?
Yes, you can. Sorry,
Okay, thanks.
I'm off today.
It's okay. So, this evening, we have a treasurers meeting. It's all the treasurers for, all the townships. I usually go because I'm still deputy treasurer for Edenville. I'm gonna go to Parks and Rec till tomorrow. I announced my, village meetings and township meetings. I haven't always went to them on a regular basis every other month. So I'm gonna go to the Village of Sanford on Monday, Geneva Township on Tuesday, and Jerome Township on the 13th. The 13th is also a Four Lakes Task Force meeting. And Warren Township on the 18th. That is up.
Thank you. At this point, I take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Support. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. This meeting is adjourned until Tuesday, November 12th, 2019 at 9 a.m. to meet in an executive session and for the committees to resume their duties. Everybody have a good day. Thank you.